What could have been for Heroes 2025. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We are back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at a special Dragon Ball Heroes crossover campaign created by a user, Prof. Wolhoven. This was shared to us by one of our lucky viewers here. And of course, Prof. Wolhoven has been on the channel once or twice before watching our videos, so I figured, why not check this out? It does look pretty interesting here. As many of you guys know, Dragon Ball Heroes crossover campaign is no more in Dokkan Battle, so it's up to the community to keep it going. What we could or would see from this as we await Dokkan to do something with its successor, Dragon Ball Divers. So let's go ahead, let's hop on into Prof. Wolfhoven's special Dragon Ball Crossovember special campaign. So we have here a new Dokkan event, obviously, for the new characters. We have 7 easy A's. That sounds about right. I'm assuming he's going with the Limit Breaker series, so I expect to see that. Ultimate Red Zone for the crossover edition. New stages, love it, love it. And then, of course, the Supreme Magnificent Battle. So finally a Heroes variant of this. I love it. And also a bunch of other campaign things. So let's go ahead, let's continue on check. So we have a crossover login bonus. That's pretty standard, right? Dragonstone every day plus items can be obtained. Yeah, that's pretty standard. Although it looks like he did a pretty good job here on the header here, and it looks pretty good. Looks almost official. Special missions, complete rewards, running from 11 to okay, so, okay, I like this. So he's assuming this is he even went as far as to plug in official dates, right? 19th of November, which is roughly around the time we get Heroes every year. I didn't even notice that. Okay. You put a lot of work into this, even considering the dates. Okay, excellent. Ooh, okay, so the new Heroes Dokkan Festival. Wow, he actually makes some Dokkan Festival here. So we have Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and Demon God Gravy. Okay, nice. All right, so let's check out what these guys do then. Let's start with, I guess we should start with the Vegeta. I'm guessing, so I wonder how this works. Are they both well, let's see. Are they both Dokkan? Are they all Dokkan Fests? All right. So we have Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. We have Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Oh, it doesn't show the yeah, he didn't include the medals. I was gonna say that might be a way to check. But I'm guessing they're all Dokkan Fests based on the way he has set this up. Doesn't really specify. Oh, I guess it would say the others if they're all Dokkan Fest. So it's just the Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. That's okay. I mean, that's fine. Whatever. All right, so let's check out the Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. So it does look like he is transforming into Super Saiyan 4, but let's check out Super Saiyan 3 first. So we have Crossover, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Ki 3, HP 200%, Attack and Defense 58, 170, and then HP, Attack and Defense 50 for Time Travelers or Fused Fighters. So, I mean, honestly, it's a pretty decent lead. Crossover, Time Travelers, Fused Fighters. Obviously, that's, pretty generic for the Heroes units. Obviously, making them crossover over Heroes is the better choice since Heroes is no more. But Power Beyond Super Saiyan and Fused Fighters, that's a decent leader skill, right? That's pretty much the year 7s, the GDC LRs, that's pretty good. It obviously won't include the 10th anniversary LRs, unfortunately, but I mean, this is still a pretty good setup here. So Super Attack raises attack and raises defense for 3 turns, so he's an infinite attack stacker when in Super Saiyan 3 form. I wish we can't really see the artwork here, but that's fine. Let's see, basic effects. Key 2, attack defense 150%, launches super attack, and transform critical hit and evading enemy's attack 33%. For the first 3 turns, guards all attacks, and when there's 3 or more crossover allies on the team, or when there's another time traveler's ally attacking in the same turn, attack and defense 130% and a 50% chance of performing an additional super attack. When receiving a normal attack, damage reduction rate 33% and counters with tremendous power. I like that. So even though he's a Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, they still went with the standard Vegito counter type. So when he's in Super Saiyan 3, he seems to be a counter type unit. I do like that he expanded the crossover, right? So you can either have 3 or more crossover or 1 time traveler ally attacking in the same turn, which is, much less limited than what previous heroes units have been, where it's like full crossover, full time travelers. So that's really nice. Full heroes actually is what most of them required. Last year they started easing up a little bit on this, but I like this. I think it should have been right, like another crossover, or like 3, since he leads Power Beyond Super Saiyan, right? Like 3 Power Beyond Super Saiyans, right, or something. I mean, I guess that's fine. It's to me, it's weird that it would be another time traveler, right? Usually it would be one of the main leads, right? So it would be either Power Beyond Super Saiyan or crossover, usually for the passives. But I mean, it's not a hard condition to adjust, right? So he can transform into Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, and so it doesn't do anything except transform. That's not bad. That's good. That means Vegito you're seeing towards the very end, right? Of like short fights, like GDC fights, right? So he is on Super Saiyan 3, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Potara, Fuse Fighters, Transformation Boost, Kamehameha, Giant Ape Power, Time Limit, Final Trump Card, Time Travelers, Defenders Justice, Mission Execution, Battle of Wits, Crossover, Dragon Ball Heroes. All right, pretty standard. Links are interesting because he gets Brainiacs. I mean, I understand why he gets Brainiacs, based on the way Vegito is in Heroes, right? However, it just that's gonna make him tough to link with. But that's all right. Moving on, right? When we transform him, right, he's now greatly raising attack and defense for 4 turns. So infinite attack stacker, and then once transformed, he continues to raise for 4 turns, right? So if this guy released, he would honestly be halfway decent. Pretty much just like the year 7s, right? You'd keep him in base until like Goku, and then transform him there. I'm curious to see how his defense, right? I'll have to see like as if this 4 turns is enough based on what he's got here. So key 3, attack defense 250%, launches an additional attack, guards all attacks, and transforming critical hit and evading enemies attack 44%. When there are 3 more crossover allies or a time traveler, attack defense 144%, launches an additional super attack with 12 or more key, 144% attack, and when attacking with 12 or more key. When receiving a normal attack, he keeps the counters. That's interesting. When receiving a normal attack, damage reduction rate 33%, counters with tremendous power, and receiving an unarmed super attack has a high chance of nullifying countering with tremendous power. I like that. I like that they gave him both aspects of the Super Saiyan 4 and Vegito counters, right? Vegetos typically carry some type of counter mechanic, while Super Saiyan 4s typically carry some type of super attack counter. It's a shame that like the limit breakers actually didn't have this. They should have had this, right? But recently we've been having our Super Saiyan 4s get this back, which is really nice. So I do like that he added that. So active skill is the final Kamehameha, raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and raises allies attack and defense by 50% for 4 turns. Can be activated started from the 5th turn. So basically 1 turn. Wait, from the start. That's interesting choice. Can you have 5th turn from the start of battle if it's a transforming unit? Would it be 5th turn from when he shows up? That's typically how that would work. 5th turn from the start. No, because it would say 5th turn from the... That's just interesting. It just you typically wouldn't see that 5th turn from the start of battle. This would just be, I mean, it's essentially the next attacking turn from when he's transformed, is what that is. If you transform him on turn 4. Okay. All right. Link shifts slightly once in Super Saiyan 4, gaining Saiyan Roar instead of over in the Flash, but everything else is the same. So honestly, it looks pretty good. I think he could do really well in both. Actually, I mean, the way he's structured, I think his defense is enough that he could do very well in both short and long content. I actually like this. This guy's pretty good. I like this. And of course, I mean, I'm assuming he's going to be on a team that would give him tons of support too. I mean, looking at his base stats here, I mean, he is pretty average for a heroes unit. The HP seems kind of high though for. Yeah, the HP looks really high actually for a heroes unit. So that, I mean, that's good, even though he is a TUR. Defense is pretty decent too, actually. Honestly, yeah, this guy's pretty good. Okay, well, let's take a look here at the other one, right? The Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, right? Or Vegeta. Okay, yeah, so he's like banner unit style, 130% for Giant 8 power crossover. He's got attack and defense for 4 turns. For 1 turn, has guaranteed evasion. Oh, that's cool. After that, he's got attack and defense 240%, high chance of evading in his attack. Superclass 22%. Additional attack and defense 22% for characters on crossover Giant 8 power, so 44% support. That's pretty good. When the character whose name includes Zeno is attacking in the same turn, he gets 150% attack and defense, additional super attack, and an additional 17% chance of evading enemy's attack, giving him a 67% chance to evade. For every 5 attacks evaded, he gets attack defense 44% up to 200%. So you have to evade to build this guy up. Okay, I mean, that's not bad for both. So for every 5 attacks, so he would take a long time to build up actually. For every 5 he's getting 44. You would essentially need to dodge over 20 attacks to get him fully built up. That's a little rough. I'm not saying it can't be done, but he would take a while to build up. As the first attacker in the turn, chance of evading enemies' attack 17%. So 17% on top of 67, 84%. That's not bad. Okay. Oh, and an additional all allies 44%. If he's the first attacker. Okay, that's pretty good. That's actually really good. And that would help him achieve his every 5 attacks evaded too, as the first attacker while supporting. So crossover allies or Giant Ape allies are getting 88% support for the turn. That's pretty good. If you put him in the 3rd slot, he's got attack and defense 44%, 144%, and all allies 15%, and an additional 10% evasion for 2 turns. Is he giving allies evasion? If so, that's broken. We haven't had anybody do that since UI Goku. Like that. That's actually kind of broken. Giving allies 10% evasion. That's insane. Okay, this is an awesome banner unit for the Vegito. I like that. He's good. These guys would be excellent partners. What does he have? Yeah, so everything basically. So for Vegito, he's definitely going to work good next to Vegito. With the Vegeta, or with the Vegito Super Saiyan 3, I mean, they'll have Super Saiyan. Does he have Saiyan Warrior Race? No, so they would have Super Saiyans and prepared for prepared for battle and fierce battle. That's it. Okay. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's still it's good. 3 links is good. You could just cover Vegito in with whoever your 3rd slot is, but that's pretty good. Okay, and then we have Demon God Gravy. He is 130 for demonic power or crossover, so he's another banner unit on there. He greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy, and extreme allies attack and defense for 10. Oh, that's an interesting super attack. So giving 10% to only extreme. All right, I think that's the first class type variant of this we have. That's kind of cool. And then his passive attack defense 240%, 40% damage reduction, extreme allies 33%, and an additional 33% for crossover demonic power before attacking. Guards all attacks, damage reduction 5% for every demonic power on the team. So, right, if you had a full crossover of demonic power, he's essentially got 7 times 5, 35. So he's got 75% damage reduction before attacking. When all allies attack at the same turn are extreme, he's got an additional 66% defense and an additional super attack. For every attack received, 20% attack defense, and chance of evading enemies attack 10% up to 50%. So it's got that UI Goku effect where it builds up. It's pretty good. Pretty good. And he's not really I mean, I guess before attacking, right? He's got that so in slot 1 essentially, right? He's got some extra buffs, and that's nice. So really solid, meant to buff the extreme variant of the heroes team or demonic power, so that's good. And I like that both Vegeta and Vegito are not exclusive to the crossover team. I mean, yes, Vegeta wants a Zeno character, but that could easily be covered by one of the Easy A's or, of course, the Vegito. So I really like how he handled this. He did a pretty good job of designing these units. Much better than I could have done designing a unit. So very, very nice. Okay, so that's the units on the Dokkan Fest. They look cool. I like them. Oh, a Zeno first legendary summon Masked Saiyan. That's kind of cool. Let's check this guy out. So, all right, so this would have a part 2 LR. The LR, of course, it gets the Zeno. It would be Xenoverse that gets the LR and not Heroes, but that's okay. So a variation of Masked Saiyan does exist in Heroes. So there we go. All right, so 200% for time travelers or crossover, raises attack defense for 3 turns, causes colossal damage to the enemy, and lowers attack. On his 18 key, greatly raises attack and defense and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. I believe. Okay, so he stacks on the 18 key. Has an entrance animation when there's another crossover time traveler's ally. Key 3 attack defense 100% for 3 turns. Key 3 damage reduction rate 15% for 1 turn. All right, with the entrance animation. Key 5 and 260 attack defense damage reduction rate 30% and changes key series of a certain type to int and receives an additional 2 key per int key series obtained. Per crossover or extreme class ally on the team, whichever has more, gets 50% up to 200% attack and defense, 20% chance to guard up to 100%. So full crossover gives you guaranteed guard. Ooh, that's gonna make a lot of people upset, that chance to guard. But I mean, if you run full crossover, you have guaranteed guard, so that's pretty good. And then all allies attack and defense 50% up to 50. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then for every key sphere obtained, attack and defense 25%. Very nice. So, just so, I mean, we've seen how broken having this type of nuking style passive can play with stacking. So that's really cool. When key is 24 or more, launches an additional attack and has an additional damage reduction rate 20%. Oh, nice. Okay, so he with the 18 key, he's got 70. With the 24 key, he's got an additional he's got 70% damage reduction on turn 1. 100% damage reduction on turn 1. Wow. Oh, right. Oh, that's pretty good. And then so after that, naturally, if you keep up the 24 key, he's going to have 50% damage reduction. So that's pretty good, combined with however much guard you're able to give him. That's pretty good. He will have an active skill, key 24, damage reduction rate 50%. So he'll essentially have 100% damage reduction on his active skill turn. This is very similar to the Super Saiyan Bardock, the free-to-play one, actually. And it creates a target scale. Well, so this part, the increase in defense, right? His is like a massive defense increase, but this is a damage reduction rate increase. So like if you did this when can be activated? 5th turn. So on the 5th turn, he would have, right, assuming you get the 24 key when you activate this as well, he's going to have 100% damage reduction when he does this. So very nice. And then of course it creates a target. All right, excellent. I like this. Okay. Links are, I mean, pretty decent. Saiyan Warrior Racing, Lineage, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, right? Those are pretty standard. Links, Berserker, over 9,000, Brutal Beatdown. So he's going to be a better partner for some Brolys than he is for other type Saiyans. That's interesting. But I do like it, right? Giving Xenoverse that LR treatment, definitely much deserved. So far, cooking. Prof Wolfhoven with the unit so far. So we have the new Dokkan event. I like the art here for the SSR art. Dokkan Awakening, Dragon Ball Heroes Baba Shop. Yep, this would be correct if this were the year. We will be getting a crossover item to recruit Vegito and Rose will be in the shop. Obviously, you would have to. Well, I wonder if they'll do a way to do it for free with some of the older ones now that they're gone. It would suck for players who did it, who had previously purchased the stone. But I mean, at this rate, how else do you do it? Considering they're gone for good now, and it would be a shame if they go the way of like the Arale units, where they're just gone. Special Dragon Ball Heroes event. Recruit Future Warrior in Black. Oh, no way. Okay, so he actually created a free-to-play unit for this one too, Future Warrior in Black. We have the Darkest Future Warrior in Black. So this is the Future Gohan. Oh, I loved this. He should have been in the last batch of heroes. The fact that he wasn't was just so sad. Okay, so crossover key 3 is pretty standard for free-to-play units. Attack defense for 1 turn, lowers enemies' attack. 200% attack defense, 30% chance to evade, 30% chance to crit, 12 or more key, 158% attack and defense when attacking, and defense when receiving an attack. Okay, it's 58%, right? Gotta have that Gohan in there, right? When there's an ally who includes Warrior in Black on the team, so I guess the Bardock or the Lags from last year, or not Lags. I think she was just called Female Warrior in Black, right? The Female Warrior in Black. Or when there are 5 or more extreme allies on the team, chance of evading enemy's attack and chance to perform a critical hit 28%, extreme allies attack defense 58%. For every attack evaded within the turn, chance of evading enemy's attack and chance to perform a critical hit 10% up to 30%. Link skills pretty standard for Gohan, future Gohans actually. So here's the kicker with this, and this is why I like this, and this is why I was sad he didn't come last year, although Demonic Power is in a much better situation than it is now, right? Demonic Power, I mean, has basically 2 variations. Either you go the extreme route and you focus on the demons, or you go the Gohan route, right? However, going the Gohan route tends to clash with the extreme variations of the team, right? Because obviously Superclass, you're going to have some issues with links and whatnot. However, this guy, right, is an extreme Gohan unit, right? For those that don't know, this is basically a variation of Future Gohan that basically took in the Dark Dragon Ball boost in order to get more power because he felt guilty about everything that had happened, not being able to protect Trunks. So he's from a timeline where Trunks dies instead of him. And so he wasn't able to protect everyone, and so he blames himself, and kind of like he basically takes the power so he can be stronger, of course, you know, coming, I wouldn't say evil, but not good, kind of like Majin Vegeta, right? So really cool, and him being extreme really helps out extreme variants of demonic power, right? Especially with that support too. So I like that. Okay, I really like that he did that. Okay, so that would be the new event. Oh, a new challenge event, Usurper of the Dark Throne Demigra. So a Cell Max type. Oh, I like that. And you guys remember the Cell Max stages were hard, so that's really nice there. Okay, nice. Support memory for the so it's not clickable. Okay, so they didn't actually make the event, it's just an idea for it. So support memory, so it looks like he might have made, oh, he did make the event. Okay, so that's cool. So you just defeat all of these. They don't seem too so it's just like a standard stage. It's just a stage to get support memory. So I'm guessing it doesn't. I'm assuming it's not very difficult. I do like the scene. So the scene, I guess, is, what is this? Oh, there's multiple support memories. Oh, cool. Okay, are we able to see these? Oh, we are. He created. Oh, wow, dude, he did a good job here, right? He went with all of these, right? Okay, so Demon King's Demise, Heroes or Realm of Gods, 10% for 1 turn when there's an extreme enemy. Artificial Moon for the Giant Ape Rampage with... okay, so the first memory is when Kaioken Gogeta defeats Demigra. Giant Ape Rampage. Oh, this is the from the Cumber fight. Giant Ape Power allies 20% for 5 turns, and then activates from the 5th turn where there is an activate Dragon Ball Heroes category enemy, or when there's a category enemy. Okay, gotcha. Power of the Seed Universe. Okay, nice. Recovers 25% HP. Allies 15% from the 6th turn from the start of battle, or when 50% or less. Oh, cool. Another competitor. Domain. Oh, it creates a domain. I didn't even notice that with the giant ape. Oh, cool. Support memories to create a domain. Now that's cool, right? Because they can't go back and remake domains, but turning it into a support memory, that's kind of cool. Okay, Dragon Ball here. So this one would give story figured heroes, allies, attack defense 10% for 3 turns. And from the 7th turn, when there's it can be activated from the 7th turn when there's a hero's enemy. Okay, interesting. And then crossover allies 15% with the limit breaker maxed fighter. This is the Super Saiyan 3 Rose. Okay, cool. All right, I like that. He actually went above and beyond with these support memories. Seeing as it gives Zenny and EXP, I'm guessing these are just story mode variant stages, which means they aren't going to be that hard. But, I mean, for those support memories, that's awesome. Strengthen your deck, EX skill orb for crossover. This is how he tied in divers. That's so funny with EX skill orbs. Okay, that's funny. We have the Extreme Z area for the new limit breaker. Well, not new, but from this year's batch, right? So you would have the limit breaker Vegeta, Goku, Gohan, Bardock, Rebel, and Supreme Kaiotime, as well as Hearts. Yeah, this is a big batch. Oh, this is interesting. So, well, let's take a look at a couple of them. I don't know if we'll go through each one, but let's take a look at Goku, for example. So Goku would become. All right, he would become a defense stacker, massively raising attack for 1 turn, causing immense damage to the enemy. Key 3, attack defense 250%, 29% damage reduction, attack defense 100%, guard attack 150 when all allies are superclass, and 30% damage reduction. So 59% damage reduction. I see what you did there. Okay. And when there's an ally who includes Vegeta, 159%, as well as giving superclass allies 70% defense after receiving 4 or more attacks. I like the limit. It used to be, it was a lot more, right? So 4 or more, I like the drop. Permanent 60% attack defense buff and a critical hit. So that's actually, he did a really good job improving him. It's pretty much everything he needs to function. I probably would have given him more on the permanent buff here, but still pretty good overall. Okay, so I like that. How did he do with Vegeta? I want to see Vegeta here real quick, actually. Vegeta, because Vegeta was more based on attacking, right? Oh, that gives him a little chance to evade here. Launches 2 additional super attacks. All right, so no additional normals. And then 70% attack. So just buffing that attack buff. Permanent that. Okay. Attacks guaranteed to hit. Disables enemy's guard. Yeah, so after 4. So it basically increased his buff and lowered the amount. So Goku definitely seems like the better, but I guess given Vegeta's base, there was probably only so much you could do. Because he's basically reliant on this 30% chance to dodge as it is. But I mean, he's doing like 5 super attacks, and so he's gonna have pretty decent defense, and he's raising attack infinitely. So, I mean, he would still be good, right? Especially combined with the Goku. So honestly, pretty good. Okay, all right, okay, you've piqued my interest. Gohan, I want to see how you handled Gohan's EZA. Guard for 5 turns, 100%, 200% attack defense, 2 or more giant ape power, 50% damage reduction plus guard. That's broken. Okay, great chance of stunning the attack enemy on top of 15% damage reduction with 12 or more key. When receiving attacks, an additional defense 100%. Oh, I like that it giving him a scouter. That's really good. That's really good. Okay, so I think he cooked definitely with the EZAs here. Okay, well, actually, let's check out Hearts real quick. Kind of curious because Hearts was pretty good, and he just needed a really good partner, which he never had. Extreme allies 40%, attack defense 100%, launches an additional super attack, 30% damage reduction and guard, and medium chances of stunning all enemies. With an additional, when all allies are extreme, you have an additional 30% attack defense. Okay, not bad. Ultimate Heart, so this is when he transforms, guaranteed guard for 3 turns. Launches an additional super attack, 30% damage reduction, disables enemies' guard when attacking. When all allies are extreme, you keep the guard and launches an additional super attack. Oh, lots of different abilities here. So when there's a Pure Saiyan's enemy, 50% to allies. When there's a crossover enemy, additional super attack. When there's Realm of Gods, effective against all types. Okay, all right. Oh, he's good. He's really good. He would be really good on a lot of these teams. Although he definitely seems he almost seems like you want. Yeah, I mean, he definitely gonna have to be on a full extreme team to run effectively, though. Okay, I like that. And then, of course, we get the Extreme Z Awakening he included for the female warrior in black, who was already pretty good, right? So as long as you just buffed up what she was already doing well with her dodge and her debuffs, right, she was going to be pretty good. Interesting. And Extreme Z, a Super Extreme Z Awakening for Limit Break Vegeta. I mean, I understand why, considering Vegeta is the main, but I think it's a bit too soon to do him, considering well, what year was he from? Well, I guess we're already. Well, yeah, we haven't gotten any super easy A's from this year, so I guess it would be a little soon for him. If they were to super easy A one, or any, it would probably be the first batch of heroes units, right? So like the Go Tanks, these guys here, the Go Tanks, the Gohan, all of these guys here. I don't see them doing him before anyone else. Not to say that it wouldn't be good, right? I mean, he was already pretty good when he released. Modernizing him for 2025, I wouldn't complain. And of course, the reopening of all the Extreme Z battles. We get the crossover summon for the EZA, a burst mode. All right, of course, that makes sense, right? The new Dragon Ball Heroes crossover stages. New stages include, I want to see what stages did he add. Okay, so just Fu and I think the last one ended at Heart, so he's adding Modified Janemba, Full Power Broly, and Dark King Fu. Did he include missions? Oh yeah, he did. So clear with crossover, Fuse Fighters, Dragon Ball Heroes, which makes sense. So pretty good. This is I would have loved if he would include some stats in here, but of course on the Dokkan Wiki you can't really do that. So not really complaining there. Magnificent Battle. Curious about this one. Let's see. Pretty magnificent battle. All right, so 4 stages: Vegeta, Supreme Kai of Time, Super Saiyan God Trunks, and Vegito. This is good, and I kind of liked the previous Heroes hard events. So like, if they made this one, challenging enough, I wouldn't be upset, and it just make it permanent, right? If they decide to bring it back, make it permanent. Nice. Okay, so study hard, play hard, right? Launch will definitely show up. So basically, you get launch every day, which means more Kais every day. So that's nice. He's adding that for the campaign period, which also includes. Oh, he also included a greater chance of getting link levels. That's nice. And then, of course, returning Dokkan events, returning challenge events. Okay, so this is like crossover everything, right? Because you have the Fighter Z crossover stuff coming back. Was this an event? It says reopening, but I searched this up. I can't find this event anywhere. So even though he says returning, maybe he meant this as a new. So somebody in the comments can correct me, because I don't remember seeing this event anywhere on the Dokkan info. I couldn't find anything about this event. If this is an event that already exists, somebody let me know. But yeah, reopening of these events here. or starting of this. And then, of course, all the special story modes come back, and then these story modes as well that always come back during the Heroes campaign because they're technically crossover. So honestly, I gotta give him this. This is a 9 out of 10 campaign. I want to give it a 10 out of 10. But the the no trunks, that's what does it for me. There's not a single trunks unit in all of this, and he's like, I mean, next to Goku and Vegeta in that, right? Like, you could have included a new God Trunks, like put him in the short hair fit, right? Like, should have had him there somewhere, right? But I mean, this is pretty good. I do like the campaign. Covers pretty much what's. It's not like the next logical. What's interesting about this is it's not the next logical arc from where we left off for Heroes, but it is areas of Heroes that we didn't explore, such as Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, which is really nice. And I do like that. I think Prof. Wolhoven here did a great job. So, I mean, if you're on Twitter and you haven't checked him out, go ahead, give him a follow, and come check out the campaign for yourself, because he definitely cooked with this. And if the units are half as good as what he came up with here, especially for the easy A's, I think we're in for a treat for whatever we get for the variation of this year's campaign. So guys, that's it for the video. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what do you think of this special Dragon Ball Heroes crossover Ember campaign, and what would you like to see them do with the remaining Heroes units in the years to come? We should be getting an easy A for the Limit Breaker batch this year, so let us know what you would like to see from them in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.